Good morning. It is Thought for Thursday. And yes, of course, it's No Shave November, and I'm rocking my Philadelphia 76ers. It's kind of like a button up throw over there, so it's kind of fly right there. It's back in the day when Allen Iverson was rocking them, and Dikembe Mutombo was back there, and me and my nephew was talking the other day. Josh was trying to figure out, now how in the world did they make it to the NBA Finals and play the Lakers with that squad? It was because Allen Iverson was a dog. Because you got to think about, where was the rest of the offense coming from? Aaron McKee and Eric Snow and we was like, I mean, can y'all think I was a Theo Ratliff? That squad right there. It wasn't no offense, but they sure could play some defense, and Allen Iverson would do his gig. So, but I just wanted to let you guys know this will be the last Thought for Thursday until next year, till probably the middle or end of January. It's time for a sabbatical. And some of y'all may be like, well, what's a sabbatical? Sabbatical comes from the word Sabbath or Shabbat, which means rest. And, you know, if you read the Bible, or if you study any type of nature, history, there has to be a Sabbath. There has to be a time of rest. And every week you're supposed to take a day of rest. And every 7 years you're supposed to rest the earth or the ground that you constantly till and draw the minerals and stuff out of. So we can't just go, and I know some of us do, but it makes sense to take a sabbatical. If you are a minister, a preacher, a pastor, any field that you constantly minister or serve people or serve mankind, you gotta realize you're drawing in those type of energies constantly, people who need help, and then you have to have time to rejuvenate yourself. I'm looking back over my last year, and man, yeah, I appreciate, and I'm excited, and I'm joyful, and I'm grateful for everything that I have been able to do, that God has allowed me to do. With Battle Tested Bags, with Hope Letters at Grace United Methodist Church, with Welcome Home for Life Network, All In Community, man, McKinley United Methodist Church, the Reentry and Redemption Movement, Montgomery County Office of Reentry, with my family. Oh man, I've had a full year, and usually every year about this time I take a break. Why this time of year? I'm trying to go with the flow of nature, go with the flow, God's flow. You know, I talked a couple of weeks about SAD, seasonal affective disorder, when people get seasonal depression, and the weather gets colder, we want to hibernate, we want to go in. It's just a good time. And Sabbath means rest. Every 7 days, every 7 months, every 7 years. And 7 is the number of completion in a lot of different teachings and things like that. Yeah, this is that time. This is that time of the year where Timmy went on home, my son, and next weekend is family time. I'll be with my family. you know, Thanksgiving's next weekend, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to want to. Some of y'all may not want to hear what I had to say, but I will probably plan on doing. I'll play some reruns. Those that want to watch them, I'll post them up there. But I take a break from a lot of events. I take a break from. I do have one more event, and we rescheduled it from a few weeks ago. Those of you that know, December the 11th, we will be doing the Speakers Bureau at Grace United Methodist Church. And my birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks. So we got Thanksgiving, my birthday, Speakers Bureau. I just really don't have time to add anything. And it's a time for me to get my house back in order. It's a time for me to get my paperwork back up in order. And I want to continue to write on this book that I have. I got some real good insight, and these are just thoughts that I've had. So, I mean, this is not going to be some profound. It's just what we should do. And I got some good insight and thoughts from a good friend of mine about me writing a book. I was writing the book just on my own, but he was like, let me help you. Let me help you find some publishers and some things like that. And he said, don't write it all out by yourself, and then some publishers would change this or change this or change that. So I'm putting doing some homework, some footwork on it. So I'm gonna be doing the majority of my time will be on that. And I've served really well. I believe I've served tremendously, since I fell off the truck, and even before I fell off my truck. Yeah, if those of you don't know, I fell off my truck and blew my shoulder out. Had to have shoulder surgery. You see me in here with the contraption on, and I'm doing pretty good. It's still kind of sore. I'm trying to strengthen it back up. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit longer. It's been a long road with this shoulder, but with the shoulder, I've taken that time. I just didn't lay on the couch and complain. I took that time and I ministered to those that I could minister to. So, yeah, we got to take a Sabbath. We got to take a sabbatical. You got to take time out for you. You got to take time and rest. And so next week is it. I mean, no more. I mean, somebody who made a comment about my beard said, "Man, you've been letting that bad boy grow for today would be day 18." Yeah. And she said the hair on her legs grows faster than my beard. Hey, I'm grateful. It's thick though. It gets real thick and it keeps curling under. It keeps curling under. What I mean by thick is it'll get nappy. If I don't brush it, it'll all curl back up into my skin. So I'll do the No Shave Novembers. I won't be posting much of anything else. The posts will slow down or stop. Won't be on social media. I'll do the reruns, maybe a Thoughtful Thursday. Mama's Monday messages. We'll get one more of those on Monday. And then we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break from all of it. And so if you call me and you ask me, hey, can you do this or can you do that? Guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to say no. I need some James time. I got to get ready to go back to work wherever God sees fit for me to go, hopefully, and Lord willing. He's going to decide what's best for me. In my household is me, but my household outside of these walls is my family, my parents, my children. So yeah, you need to take sabbatical. You need to take time off. This week has been very rewarding. I spent the last Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with my good friend and co-laborer Reba Collins doing reentry work for All in Community. We went up to Monroe Street in Toledo, Ohio, and had a wonderful time. Wonderful guests up there, Barb and Raylan. They treated us like royalty. And to bring the message of hope, about hope letters, and that was Saturday and Sunday, and Monday was preparation for Tuesday. Tuesday we got to go to Cedarville College and talk to some future criminal justice practitioners and how to use their faith in justice and what that looks like versus taking that authority in that position as FBI agents, as sheriffs, as missing persons, as CSI people, and putting their heart into it, putting their faith into it. And that's not preaching to anyone, that's just doing everything that you do as unto the Lord. And I talk about shame and honor. I've had an opportunity to talk to chiefs of police and organizations. Man, I've just been blessed. And then we did a Hope Letters training last night. I've had it's just, I'm grateful. And I don't do this for money, of course. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for fortune, because evidently I don't have no fame or no fortune. I mean, if I was famous, y'all would know me across the country. And shoot, there's folks in Ohio don't even know me. Say, "Oh, James, that's the guy." And I'm like, only to those that God allows me to run our paths to cross. So I just want to kind of end it with just saying that I love everybody. Please don't take it personal when you don't see me or hear from me. I will stay in contact with those that I mentor and those that I am permanent and personally, but on the large scale with the large crowds, and not going to be a lot of that. I just need to recuperate, and some of you should recuperate. Remember, the bear goes into the hole, the insects disappear, the leaves fall off the tree. Everyone, it's time for everyone to rest. And Lord willing, you will see me second or third week in January. I'll be back. 2021 has been, I don't know which was harder, 21 or 22. And I mean, 2020 or 2021. 2020 was pretty rough. And 2021 was pretty rough. Remember I talked about the bait of Satan and how we have to let our offenses go and forgive people and move on. And I just wish there's some people that I love dearly that I wish we could still communicate and love on one another. But some people I just can't. I've lost some really good, impactful people in my life this year. And people that I thought that our relationship would be long term. I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I'm talking about business partners. I'm talking about family members. And yeah, I've lost a little bit of both, but I've gained a whole lot more. So I've gained a whole lot more. I just want to do and be all that God has called me to be. He's given me another chance. My life could have been over. I could have spent the rest of my life in prison. I just watched a thing last night, a guy who committed a crime when he was 17. He killed a deputy sheriff, and it had name on the news. He did 57 years. He was 74 years old. And they still didn't want him to get out. He hurt a family. He hurt that the cop that he killed had a wife and 3 kids. And yeah. And the sad part about on both sides is he admitted to what he did. And he apologized for what he did, but an apology can't bring that family's, their children's father back, his wife's husband back. And us as a people, we you know, we gotta find some way to heal. I'm reading a really good book now. And in the book, it was talking about healing, and the best way for all of us to heal from our traumas is to talk about it. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of our testimony. I tell my story a lot over and over and over again. And you know what's crazy? I can sit in front of law enforcement people, detectives, cops that are my friends now, and tell my story. And it wasn't easy at first. And I can tell my story without using anyone else's name because it's my story, and because from someone else's perspective, it's their story. Those who were in my house fire with me, those who were in prison with me, those who feel like that I harmed them or I offended them. I can only tell it from my perspective, and they have to tell it from their perspective. And because everyone has their own personal reality and their personal truth, and there's only one truth. But sometimes it takes all the different pieces to come together in order to get that truth. And you know, one thing that I've learned after being incarcerated, and you know, one thing I would always say what was on my mind, and that's not always good either. The Bible says speak the truth in love. So, again, you guys know what? I'm so grateful. Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for what I do have. The activity of my limbs. I can lift my arms. Not as fast as I would like, but I can lift my arms. I don't have any sicknesses. I don't have any diseases. I have a roof over my head. I have a car outside. I have a job, although I'm not there working it right now, which means I have an income coming in. It's not the greatest, but I don't have any complaints. When you have lost everything and you got to start from nothing and you're living out of a bag, everything is a blessing. Nothing taken for granted. So I just want to say that I love you guys. The sabbatical's coming. This is my last thought for Thursday for this year. And we'll see what 2022 brings. I got 4 months left where I have to check in with the Adult Parole Authority. I've walked that time down. That's just another stage and another time that's going to go on my dog tags. April 2017 to April 2022, 5 years. And y'all believe I've been home 5 years almost. So I do want to say my last quotes. I used to say more than anything, you cannot control everything that's going on around you, but what you can control is your attitude, your choices, and surrounding yourself with quality people. And if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And the last one, which is on the back of the shirts and the hoodies, is the battle test is not about winning or losing. I've won a lot and I've lost a lot. But what I did do, it's about learning and growing from it. I am grateful for you all. I love you all. And we'll see y'all in a couple months. Peace.